Well, in just a few hours from now, we will know the fate of House Speaker Mike Johnson. You are looking live at the Capitol as the House kicks off the new congressional session with a speakership vote. And while Republicans have control of both chambers of Congress and the White House, Johnson's chances for a second term rest on a razor's edge. He's able to afford just one no vote from fellow Republicans in order to keep the gavel. We have full team coverage of today's vote, starting with Tom Dempsey on Capitol Hill. Tom, good morning. It sounds like some Republicans still weighing their options even as the clock ticks down to this vote.
That's right. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning from the Capitol. With this vote just a few hours away right now, expect Congressman Mike Johnson to be making more phone calls this morning, potentially holding more meetings behind closed doors, all to try and ease some of those concerns we are hearing about from fellow Republicans about him being the next speaker. NewsNation has learned that right now there's about a dozen fellow Republicans who are wanting more commitments from Speaker Johnson for things like spending cuts and more involvement in negotiations. President-elect Donald Trump has already come forward and endorsed Johnson, and in recent days, Johnson has expressed confidence, calling on Republicans to stick together and avoid drama.
People are talking through process changes they want and those kinds of things, and I'm open to that, and I think tomorrow's going to go well. We need to stay unified so we can save the country. I think that's an important message.
House Republicans have the slimmest majority in nearly a century, meaning Johnson can only afford to lose one Republican vote, assuming all lawmakers cast a vote for a candidate today. But part of the uncertainty comes as Republican Tom Massey from Kentucky has already said he plans to vote against Johnson, calling him out for passing Ukraine aid and criticizing him for how he handled government spending negotiations. Some of the key people to watch today: Texas Representative Chip Roy, who has described himself and a number of other Republicans as undecided. Another one, Indiana Congresswoman Victoria Spartz. She says that Johnson needs to lay out a plan more to carry out President-elect Trump's agenda. And the chair of the influential House Freedom Caucus, Maryland Republican Andy Harris, also hasn't committed to a candidate, along with former chair Pennsylvania Congressman Scott Perry, much to the frustration of fellow Republicans.
It irritates us that these people undermine our leadership and the vast majority of us who want to get things done, but you got to optimize, you got to find consensus. If you had 220 people demanding your way on everything, you're going to get nothing done.
And Kelly, Republicans really hope to avoid that drama we saw back in January of 2023 when it took former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy 15 ballots to be elected Speaker, and that lasted over multiple days. It's important to note that if this current vote for Speaker Johnson stretches out over a few days, that could potentially delay the certification of the election victory for President-elect Donald Trump. So Republicans very much hoping to avoid that situation. Kelly?
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.